Here's a question a lot of people don't say out loud, but almost everyone thinks when they first start using AI. Is this thing actually safe to use? And honestly, that's a smart question. It means you're paying attention. Today we're going to answer it plainly. No panic, no cheerleading. Just a clear look at what responsible AI use actually means for a regular person going about their day. Let's start with something important. Asking whether AI is dangerous is a little like asking whether the internet is dangerous. The honest answer is, it depends entirely on how you use it. A hammer can build a house or break a window. The hammer isn't good or bad. What matters is the person holding it and whether they understand what it does. AI is similar. It's a powerful tool. And like any powerful tool, using it well means understanding both what it can do and where it falls short. So let's talk about the first thing people usually worry about. Can AI lie to you? The short answer is, it can be wrong. And that's not quite the same thing as lying, but it's important to understand. Claude doesn't look things up on the internet in real time unless it's been given a specific tool to do that. What it does is generate responses based on patterns it learned during training. Think of it like a very well-read friend who studied an enormous amount of material, but stopped reading the news at a certain point. They might give you great advice about history, writing, cooking, or how to think through a problem. But if you ask them what the stock market did this morning, they genuinely don't know. And if they're not careful, they might guess and sound confident while doing it. That tendency to sound confident even when uncertain is one of the real things to watch out for with AI. It's sometimes called a hallucination, which is a technical term that just means the AI generated something that sounds plausible but isn't actually true. It might give you a book title that doesn't exist. It might cite a statistic that it constructed rather than recalled. It's not trying to deceive you. It's doing what it was built to do, complete text in a way that sounds coherent, but that process can produce errors. So here's your first concrete habit. Treat anything factual that Claude tells you as a starting point, not a final answer. If you ask Claude to help you write an email explaining a medical situation, and it includes a specific statistic, go verify that statistic before you send the email. If you ask it to summarize the history of a place or person, scan the result for claims that seem surprising, and check those. This isn't because Claude is untrustworthy in a general sense. It's because you are the person responsible for what you do with the output. Staying in that driver's seat is the whole game. Now let's talk about something that surprises a lot of beginners. The phrase scripts versus live. When you use Claude, you might think of it as a kind of live conversation. You type something, it responds, and it feels like a back and forth. And in one sense it is. But Claude doesn't remember your conversation after it ends. Each new chat starts completely fresh. There's no file somewhere with your name on it that Claude is quietly updating. It doesn't know who you were last Tuesday. It only knows what's in the current window of conversation. This matters for a few reasons. First, it means you have more privacy than you might assume. The details you share in one conversation don't automatically carry forward into future ones. Second, it means that if you want Claude to understand your context, you have to give it that context each time. Think of it like calling a very capable assistant who has amnesia between every call. At the start of each call, you give them the background they need, and then they help you brilliantly. But next time you call, you start fresh. Here's a practical try this moment. Before you start a conversation with Claude for any real project, take 15 seconds to write a brief context line at the top. Something like, I'm a small business owner in the food industry, and I'm writing a message to a customer who received a damaged order. Here's what happened. That context line doesn't just help Claude give better answers. It helps you stay in control of the output, because you've defined the situation clearly up front. Okay, let's go a layer deeper. One of the most important things to understand about responsible AI use is the idea of keeping humans in the loop. Claude is designed to assist you, not replace your judgment. It can help you draft a message, but you read it before you send it. It can help you brainstorm a plan, but you decide whether that plan actually fits your life. It can summarize a document, but you notice if the summary missed something important. Your judgment, your values, your knowledge of your own situation, those are things Claude simply doesn't have. And they matter enormously. Here's a real-world example. Say you ask Claude to help you write a performance review for someone on your team at work. Claude can absolutely help you structure it, find professional language, and organize your thoughts. But you're the one who knows this person. You know the context behind their struggles this quarter. You know what's fair. Claude doesn't. So you use it as a writing partner, not a replacement for your own thinking. You draft with its help, then you read it carefully, adjust what doesn't fit, and own the final version. That's what responsible use looks like in practice. Now let's talk about something a little more sensitive. Are there things you shouldn't ask Claude to do? Yes. Claude is built with values, and it will decline certain requests. It won't help you deceive people in harmful ways. It won't help you create content designed to hurt someone. It won't help with things that could cause serious harm. This isn't a limitation to work around. It's actually a feature. It means you're working with a tool that has guardrails built in. And honestly, if you ever try something and Claude pushes back or declines, the right response isn't frustration. It's curiosity. Ask yourself, is there a version of this request that's clearer, more constructive, or more specific about what I actually need? Often, a small adjustment to how you phrase something will get you exactly the help you were looking for. Here's another try this for you. Think of one topic you've been curious about but felt a little uncertain asking about. Maybe it's something related to health, money, relationships, or a difficult situation at work. Try asking Claude in a straightforward, honest way. Not trying to trick it, not hedging nervously. Just ask what you actually want to know. You'll likely find it handles the topic thoughtfully, with nuance, and without judgment. It's designed to be genuinely helpful to real people dealing with real situations. Let's also spend a moment on data and privacy. You should always check the privacy policy of any tool you use, including Claude. As a general habit, avoid sharing sensitive personal information that you wouldn't need to share to get the help you're asking for. You don't need to give Claude your full name, your address, or your financial account numbers to get help drafting a budget spreadsheet. Give it what it needs to help you, and keep the rest private. That's just good digital hygiene, and it applies to every tool you use online, not just AI. Let's bring this all together. Here are the things to carry with you. Claude can be wrong, especially about specific facts, so verify before you act on anything important. Each conversation starts fresh, so give it context at the start. You are always the decision maker. Claude assists your thinking, it doesn't replace it. There are things Claude won't do, and that's intentional and good. Be thoughtful about what personal information you share. And finally, approach AI with curiosity rather than fear or blind trust. Neither extreme serves you well. The people who get the most out of tools like Claude are the ones who stay engaged. They read the output. They push back when something seems off. They ask follow-up questions. They treat it like a capable collaborator who needs their direction, not an oracle delivering final truth. You now have a clearer picture of what responsible AI use actually looks like. It's not complicated. It's just about staying present, staying curious, and staying in charge of your own decisions. If you want to keep building these habits step by step, with lessons designed specifically for people who are new to all of this, head over to claudeaiclass.com/course. We'd love to keep learning together.